now 12:20. I need to stop trying to start every clip off by going so, because when I was editing it was really annoying. So I've been at work this morning, so you would have seen that I had some cereal before. I don't want to have cereal every single day just because I don't feel like it fills me up that much, and then it kind of leaves me always having egg for my dinner, my lunch, my dinner, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I don't want to do it like that. I think I want to start having like fried egg on toast in the mornings for my breakfast, maybe just on days when I don't work, which at the moment I'm not working 3 days this week, and then like some sort of salad or something for my lunch. And I've had the same thing for my dinner for the last like 3 nights, which has been, no, 2 nights. Yeah, 2 nights, which has been the chicken with broccoli, carrot and cauliflower rice. I absolutely hate cauliflower so much. Cauliflower cheese, I might eat some of it, but it's something that I have to have like something else with it on the fork. I couldn't just put like a mouthful of cauliflower cheese in my mouth. Broccoli I'll eat because like I want to have more greens in my diet, and it's something which I can't really sit there and eat on its own. I want to put it on the fork with something. It's not the most disgusting thing, but I wouldn't say it's really, really, really tasty. I was in Asda and I saw they had like ready kind of made cauliflower rice, so I thought I'll pick some up and try it. It is so nice. I can't get over how nice it is. If you haven't tried it before, even if you don't like cauliflower, you should definitely try it because it is nice. And I can't believe how many vegetables I've eaten over the last like 2 days. And for me, I never really used to pay attention to my veg. Even this whole time that I've been like trying to lose weight, I haven't really, I've been more focused on like carbs and fat and protein and stuff, even though obviously veg still has some carbs in. So yeah, I am really happy because I feel like I'm just gonna, at least for the next few weeks or so, just have that for my tea. It's so quick and easy to make, and I can change the protein, or I can like kind of spice up the cauliflower rice a little bit. But I just feel like it's such a good like normal rice or potato replacement, because I put a bit of butter in it, so it does taste quite creamy, and I put a little bit of like garlic like seasoning in, and it is really nice. So if you haven't tried it before, definitely try it. I'll show you how I make it later, because I've tried 2 ways of making it and I definitely prefer one of them over the other. So I'll show you how I make it later. But I feel like the weekend as a whole went really well. I didn't like binge out. I was very conscious of what I was eating. Since Friday I've already lost £1, so I'm not even halfway through the week yet and I'm already £1 down. So I'm really happy about that. And obviously I didn't exercise Saturday or Sunday. I did go in the gym Friday, which you would have seen. So yeah, I'm super happy with that. And it's a nice start to the week as well. It was always quite like unmotivating to think that I'd lost loads of weight the week before, but then put some back on over the weekend, and then I feel like I'd have to spend the week focusing on that rather than trying to lose more weight. So that can be really frustrating. So if you can get yourself into the mindset of, you know, it always is how it is anyway. So yeah, I just think that the other thing that I keep thinking is that obviously I'm not going to have to eat like this forever. I'm definitely going to be able to up my calories probably by quite a lot once I get to like the maintenance stage. It will be a slow progress. I'm not just going to all of a sudden go from eating like, you know, 1,500 calories to like 2,000 calories, because that can be quite a lot. It's definitely something that I would have to tweak here and there and just kind of slowly build myself up back to it. So I'm pretty hungry. I'm going to have some fried egg on toast, and I bought like a salsa as well, just to kind of add a little bit more flavour, because obviously fried egg can be a little bit, I guess, boring sometimes. So I wanted to just add a little something extra to it. And then I'm just going to be doing like housework and stuff today. I'm doing legs today. I'm gonna do pretty much the same workouts I did last week, because I just think it worked out really well. But I do want to slightly change up what I did on Monday, just to kind of tailor it to me a bit better. I swear, like, you can find probably thousands of different leg workouts on the internet, and they're all so amazing. And I think it's so important that, you know, you think about what you're capable of, because obviously a lot of the movements are very compound movements, and if I was to hurt my back like today, it would completely ruin the rest of the week for me. So I definitely am a little bit more careful, I think, when it comes to leg day. I would rather spend more time doing body weight exercises that I can do, rather than trying to add loads of weight to exercises that I couldn't just do body weight, if that makes sense. So I want to build up my like strength a little bit. So it'll probably be like squats, deadlifts, curtsy lunges, normal lunges, maybe with like a kick or something just to change it a bit. And I also want to do some Bulgarian split squats as well, because I've heard that they are pretty good when it comes to leg workouts. So I'm going to make my dinner, and then I'll show you in a minute anyway what I'm having, because I am starving. So I really hope you've been enjoying these videos. I have really enjoyed making them. For me, I am obviously, you know, like just your normal person. I'm a mum, I work, and I try and juggle kind of everything that, you know, any kind of mum or even someone who works full time would do. You know, there's always something to do, but I always want to make the effort to fit in some sort of workout, and I fully intend on having that mindset. And the reason I've done my plan as I've done it, and I've given myself Saturdays an extra day. So this weekend I didn't go in the gym on Saturday because I did a children's birthday party on Saturday, and then I did 2 on Sunday. So I was pretty exhausted. Whereas next weekend I don't have any parties on Saturday, just on Sunday. So I will probably go in the gym and just do an extra session on Saturday. And you know, that could be anything. It could just be some cardio, or it could be like shoulders if then they've recovered from Tuesday, because it's, you know, quite a long way away. It probably will be one or the other of them, or if obviously my back's not hurting. But I found at the end of last week my upper body was pretty sore, which I was fairly happy with. So I'm going to stop rambling, and I'm going to go make myself some lunch, because as I said, I'm pretty hungry. So I've got 2 medium eggs, and I've just got the egg whites that I've fried, and I've put them on toast. And I'm using the like the granary bread. I was really tempted to use white bread, but I'm not really in the mood for it today. So what I've done is I've got this chunky salsa, and I don't really like really chunky salsa, and I don't particularly like jalapeno. So I've just kind of brushed aside the jalapenos. And then I've just squashed it down a little bit, and I'm just going to take some of it and just kind of spread it on top of my eggs. And I just wanted a little bit more flavour, a little bit more like tang. And I always find that tomato and egg always goes down quite well. So I'm just going to put this on top. And you don't really need a lot. I feel like it's quite a lot of flavour in it anyway. But you could just use like ketchup or any other sauce you wanted, like barbecue sauce or something like that. Obviously, if I was to get ketchup, I'd probably get the like reduced salt and sugar one, because I just like to know how much salt is going into my food. So yeah, and then I'm just going to put some black pepper on, and a little bit of salt as well. So I've only put a little bit on because I think this is going to be quite like strong flavour anyway with the salsa. And then I have got a can of Diet Pepsi with me. I don't normally drink a lot of fizzy drinks, but just for today I'm going to have some. Yeah, so I'm going to eat this, and then I will see you at some point later on. It's now 2:10, and I'm feeling just a little bit peckish, so I'm gonna have a cheestring. I love having stuff like this as a snack, because I do feel like it fills me up, and it's not like a carby snack. That's one thing that I try and avoid, so it's not gonna turn into sugar. I was thinking a lot over the weekend about like my goals and things like that, and I really want to just keep things simple for right now. And I think that the goals I have in my mind long term requires so many different steps, and I think it's so hard you know, not to think about the complete end result when you've got so many more little things to achieve before you can even get there. For me, it's not just about losing weight. I want to get my body fat down pretty considerably, to be honest. And I want to build muscle. Now, obviously, you can, you know, kind of do both the things at the same time. But the thing that I want to be careful is focusing too much on the building muscle. That's definitely something that I think I have kind of gotten a bit lost on. And the reason is because obviously I still have a lot of body fat that's covering a lot of the muscle that I already have. And until I've dropped my body fat down considerably and I can just start to see the muscles in general, I don't really know like how I want to change my body. I could lose all the body fat and, you know, really like the size of my arms, really like the size of my leg, really like the size of my bum, all that kind of stuff. So then that's where I would want to kind of maintain it. Now, I know that I want to add muscle to my body in general, so that is why I weightlift. Now, obviously, there's two main things that I want to focus on for fat loss, and that is being in a calorie deficit, because obviously that is definitely one way you are going to lose body fat, and increasing the muscle, which is then going to increase my BMR, which is basically the amount of calorie your body burns at rest. I obviously want that to be more, because then it will help me lose my body fat quicker. So I feel like weightlifting and everything is good. I think if you get yourself into a good routine, then you do need to just stick to it. I think that I was in the kind of mindset of trying different things here, there and everywhere, and it's not necessarily something that I need to do, and that's why I want to keep the routine I did last week, you know, for the next probably even month or two. Like I said, I do want to just slightly change up my leg workout on the Mondays, just to tailor a bit more to me. So yeah, I think that, like me, a lot of people will watch like fitness YouTubers or read things on Instagram about like cutting and bulking and reverse dieting and all that kind of stuff, when obviously for them, they are pretty much, you know, or from what I've seen anyway, they are pretty much where they want to be. So obviously stuff like that is going to work. And also when you see the transformation pictures where people write how many calories they eat, the one thing that I think you need to remember is obviously if they might be held, like, you know, the weight they want to be and eating a large amount of calories, but they're not just going to have got to that point eating that amount of calories. Once I get to the weight I want to be, or I am the size I want to be, then that's when I can build up my calories and I will be able to play around with them a lot more. My metabolism will hopefully be able to get better, but it's not something that I would just change overnight. So I do think you really need to be careful with what you do and just don't overcomplicate it, which I've been so guilty of. So me tracking my food, and like I said, I haven't been paying too much attention to the macros, I just wanted to give myself a little guide, is definitely helpful, because then you can see, you know, wow, I've eaten a lot of carbs today but not a lot of protein, so then you know for the next meal what you need to do. I do also like to eat pretty much the same thing as well, because I just find it just works for me. I think that once you start trying to play around, it can just get too complicated. So for as long as I can, I will, especially for my like tea, the cauliflower rice, so basically just chicken and a lot of vegetables, is something that, you know, it's quick and it's easy to make, and I don't have to sit there and think about what I'm going to have for my tea. You know, I can just buy a load of cauliflower, a load of broccoli, a load of carrot, and then just buy the chicken as and when I need it. So, yeah. I know it's hard, and especially when, you know, I wish I could wake up tomorrow and look different, but obviously that is not the case. I'm probably not even going to be 100% happy with my body when we get married, you know. The annoying thing is for me is that it will get to a time when I won't be able to lose any more weight because I want to fit into my dress. My dress has buttons. It doesn't have like a tie-up lace or anything. So I am going to be very conscious of that. And Yeah, but that doesn't mean then after the wedding I can't continue going on like this, because just for my, you know, my health and how I feel, I want to continue to grow. I want to continue to get better, to get healthier. And I don't necessarily think that you need a particular reason. You know, I think everybody wants to be healthier in the summer and things like that. But for me, I want it for me. I don't want it for any other reason. The wedding has just kind of pushed me to kickstart it. But I think it's important to just do it for yourself. I think if you do it for a reason, or if you do it for anybody else, then once you've kind of achieved your goal and that reason is no longer, you know, it doesn't apply anymore. So for instance, after my wedding, if I was doing it just for the wedding, then I probably would put on all the weight. I lost a lot of weight before I went to Mexico a few years ago, and I felt like it was very much for Mexico. I felt a bit pressured to do it, not because people were saying stuff to me, but you know, because I would be with like my family, I didn't want to feel like that. And I did lose a lot of weight. I went from 12 stone to 10.5 stone. So I lost a considerable amount of weight and I felt really good. And then as soon as we got back, I just didn't feel like there was any reason. And I ended up going up to 13 stone. So yeah, it can be difficult. And I feel like doing this as well will give me a reason to continue. And obviously the most reason is I just want this for myself. I don't care what anyone else says. I have a lot of people who do say to me that, you know, oh, there's nothing wrong with you. You look fine the way you are. You know, you're not exactly really fat. You don't need to be really, really slim. You don't need to be like this, that and the other. And that's fine. Obviously people's opinions can be very different, but I feel like it just goes to show that I'm doing this for me and not for anyone else. So I'm going to eat this. And then I'll catch up with you after I pick up Brooke from school, probably in like an hour or so. You alright? Yeah. It's 4 o'clock now and I've just picked up Brooke from school. And we're just going to sort of relax for a little bit because Brooke has got swimming. And we're going to have to walk to swimming today, which is fairly far. It's in the same place where I work. So it's a good kind of, with her anyway, about half an hour walk. Her hair is an absolute mess as well, so I'm going to have to fix that before she goes swimming. Because it's all come out. And she fell over as well today, didn't you? So she's a little bit upset. But you'll be fine, won't you, baby? Come here. You'll be fine. Put a plaster on it, haven't I?
A baby one, and that's me.
What?
That's me.
What, a baby?
Yeah.
So we'll probably just watch a little bit of TV. She'll be having some dinner in a minute. And then I'll fix her hair, get all her swimming stuff ready. She's going to have to get changed. And I'll wash her hair at the swimming pool just to make things so much easier, so that she doesn't have to have a shower and that when we get back. I am it's just, Monday's always kind of a sitting around kind of time, not really much to do. And yeah, so I will catch up with you probably when it's dinner time now.